go do unusual stuff. Baby girl, turn around, now take it for your clothes. There you go, that's good, girl, let me see you touch your toes. Daddy pop champagne, why you spark that blunt? Yo, come see here on that stop, tell daddy what you want. Don't worry about me, fuck boy, we can stay bed all day.
Daddy, please buy me a sweet. I know you got money. I want that big chocolate bunny in my motherfucking tummy. Come on, daddy, buy me that chocolate bunny. Oh, you got money. I want it, I want it, I want it, I want it. You give it to me.
Hey guys, welcome to the channel. So I wanted to give you guys a quick update. I've been pretty much MIA when it comes to uploading. It's been a little hard just dealing with work and gym and everything else, but basically I finished Aesthetics Power Systems. It was a 6-week program. It didn't go as planned. I pretty much came up short in all my goals, except bench. I was kind of leaning towards a 250, but basically deadlift I ended at 430, bench at 250, and squat at 300. My goal in deadlift was 435. My bench was 315 and my bench was 250. That was pretty much my goal. I wanted to do 265, but I think I was overreaching when it comes to that, so I think I'm doing good. Basically now I'm going to deload. Actually during the last week of aesthetics, I pretty much kind of hurt my shoulder a little bit. It's just kind of like my it's just a nagging pain, and I kind of stopped because that's usually an indication of injury that is about to happen, and I definitely want to keep doing this for the long run, so I didn't want to mess it up even more. So basically I'm not doing any type of push movements, just doing light cardio work and just some light dumbbell work, but I'm not doing anything crazy right now for a week. It might get extended for 2 weeks if the pain's still there. I just want to rehab it as much as I can, because I definitely want to avoid injury. I don't want anything serious to happen. Right now the pain is mild, but I don't want anything crazy happening. But basically after that, I'm going full force for a 12-week program. So I am definitely going to expect a lot more from my deadlift and my squat. Big concentration is going to be in squat, so I'm going to be going back to my own programming for conjugate method. So basically the way I'm going to structure my weeks is that I'm going to hit a max effort day, which usually is on my Mondays. I'm going to alternate between squat and deadlift. So for example, first week I would do max effort squat, second week I would do max effort deadlift. I will squat and deadlift every week, twice a week, and same goes for deadlift. But max effort is basically just going to be once a week, alternating, and then bench I'm going to have max effort pretty much every week on different variations. So just like squat every day, my first week is going to start with front squat. That usually has a really good carry it over for the deadlift, so that's why I chose my front squat, and that kind of helps with the posterior chain. So I'm gonna go with front squats, max effort on a pendulum wave, 531, and then I am going to go into back squats with pause and deadlift. As usual, I'm gonna start with a deficit, and I'm gonna try something new for my max effort. I'm gonna switch over to conventional. Sumo. So I'm gonna avoid conventional except for the deficit that I usually do, but I'm gonna start with sumo. So I'm gonna do max effort on sumo, just for the fact that it's a complete different position. I have maxed effort before on sumo, but not so structured as now. So I'm going to try to get proficient at at a whole new type of lifting technique. Even though sumo, they say that if you sumo you eat butt, but the thing is that sumo, you're reducing your ROM, your range of motion, but problem is that it is more of a technical lift, so it is more difficult. So it has its pros and cons. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see, you know, how far I get, and again, it's gonna be on that wave of 531s. I'm gonna explain more in detail as to how I program my 8 weeks and my 12 weeks, I'm sorry. And you guys will see how I do my dynamic lower and upper, and you know how I do my max effort upper and lower. So basically I took the structure from the Aesthetics videos that they did, and yeah, and I made my own program, and I'm gonna see where it takes me. So basically, once I start the program, I'm hoping to shoot for 465 on my deadlift, maybe 470. It is a bigger jump because it's a longer program. Squat, I'm definitely going for 315 to maybe even to 335, even the high 340s. And my bench, I definitely should see it by 265. I want to be a little conservative because of my nagging shoulder pain, so I want to make sure I avoid injury when it comes to that. So it's either going to be 265 to 70. That's where I'm really shooting for. Yeah, so by then also my next plan is that once I reach my total of 1100, it's gonna be looking into signing up for my first meet. I'm gonna be, hopefully by January, I should start looking into making signing up for a meet. I'm excited about it. Definitely I'll take you guys into the journey of that. But yeah, so I'll keep you guys updated. Also, one thing that I wanted to talk about, and that's something that happened to me. So I was pretty bummed about, you know, bumming pretty much my 315 squat that I wanted, and I ended up with 300. But basically, I was bummed out. You know, I was beating up myself hard. You know, I just didn't, you know, think I did it good enough, and you know, I was saying, you know, why I missed this workout or why I skipped this workout. You know, I was beating myself hard, and basically I went for my last week on to LA Fitness to do my dynamic lower, and it was just deadlifts. It wasn't anything crazy. I was pretty much had a 5x5 with 365. It wasn't really too crazy, and I went in there, and basically I'm going beltless for 315 and then up, and I'm going there and I'm starting to look around, you know, while I'm resting. I'm starting to look around, and I'm not seeing anybody really pulling numbers like this, you know, 315 period on an LA Fitness. Granted, it's a commercial gym, but something clicked. So while I'm there, it kind of reminded me that I used to be that person where I was struggling with lifting to 25. I was struggling with, you know, lifting a plate, you know, and remember my days where I was struggling at, you know, maxing at 315 pounds. My 5x5 used to be 275 pounds. Now I'm doing my 5x5 with 365. And it's easy for us to forget where we started because, you know, now we have higher standards. And also, this whole fitness industry is to blame because we're looking at this, you know, YouTubers, or we're looking in Instagram, and we're seeing people, you know, pull 500, you know, easy for reps. You know, we're looking at 600, 700, road to 700. You know, you're looking at this big numbers, and you're like, you know, if I'm not reaching 500, you know, pounds, then I'm weak, you know. And yeah, you might be weak, but the thing is that, you know, because we're so concentrated on this big number, we kind of forget to pat ourselves in the back and say, you know what, good job until now, you know, instead of like I was doing, beating myself up hard for, you know, not squatting 315. But you know what, I was not even reaching depth when I was doing 225 pounds. You know, I barely even did 225, and if I did, I did like a quarter rep, and I called that a squat. You know, it's crazy when I'm looking at my iPhone or my Galaxy now, and you know, I'm looking through my videos, and I see this, you know, videos of me trying to squat, and it was just funny to watch because, you know, technique was horrible, depth was not even close to there. It was just nuts, you know, as to how I was even squatting, you know. And now I'm doing 300, you know, 200, 275, and I'm reaching depth, and you know, it's crazy how I improve. But because, you know, I'm hold to such high standards, I'm not able to enjoy those little victories, you know, and little victories here and there adds up to, you know, a big total. So that's something that you guys got to keep in mind, and that definitely kind of kept me grounded, you know, going to LA Fitness, and kind of clicked, you know, as to how I used to struggle myself. But anyways, guys, I would update you guys in the next video, and you know, let you guys know as to, you know, what is gonna happen. And yeah, if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe. See ya.
Know how